What is going on, Benchwarmers? Welcome back to another fantastic week of football. We got predictions to go over. We got predictions to give. We got Fantasy 15. We got it all today. I'm Winnie Rose. My name is Eric.
Nico Nick.
Johnny K.
And Diego Statro. And behind the camera, our crack producer,
Marco.
Yo.
You don't
And
even
we do
have it
this
on?
from the beginning.
You don't have it on?
It is on, but it's
Dead?
He's in the red. He's in the red. We don't want to mishap. We don't want to mishap.
Good thing I checked though.
As they were saying, cracked producer, and then we already have to do some changes in the mid-recording.
Hey,
Good thing I checked
listen. That's not Marco's fault because
Let
Marco
defense
Marco
to
did
the
a
crack
back-
producer.
Marco
He
did a
ask.
bat check. Yeah, he did.
He did
a
ask
bat
like
check.
half hour ago.
Here.
It's that Nico's a little bit he's a little lost right now because
So you know what? I think
he tells the story about your about being a little bit lost, Nick.
So while Nick plugs his batteries in, I guess I'll just kind of throw an opening question out there for you guys. How do you like your coffee?
Oh, on that little scale that we got.
Can you
Ask
do you
the
like it?
question to me again?
Well, I know Marco likes the F, but how do you guys like your coffee?
From A to E, I think it was, where E is
A to
like
F.
straight black, and then F was basically
Milk.
we said milk with
Yeah,
a
it was,
splash
how
of
do you like
coffee.
your milk with a little bit of coffee?
Yeah, exactly. I'm more of an in between. I like it to be a little bit on like the darker side because then I feel like there's just too much. So I would say on that spectrum from A to F, like around the C level.
So when you go to the coffee, when you go to the coffee shop, do you get like a coffee, like a regular coffee, or do you get like a specialty drink? Like what's your go-to?
Nah, man, I would get just a regular coffee. And actually, most of the places that I go to, like I don't know if you guys been to Texas Wiener or anything like that, but basically like those like little home fries, morning breakfast type spots. You ask for regular coffee and they'll give you
Yeah.
coffee with milk and like maybe like 2 scoops of sugar, and it's like perfect.
Yep.
Same thing at like Tropicana or like
That's
the
why I go to
Colombian
Dunkin'
places.
Donuts, so they make the coffee for me. That's why I used to go to, what was it? What's that Colombian spot that we used to go to all the time? La Noche. That was the only spot that would make the coffee for you and pour the sugar and the milk in it for you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's perfect. Every other spot, they were like, all right, here's the sugar, here's the milk, you have to do it yourself. I'm like, fuck you, I don't want to do that.
At Texas Wiener in Denell, they do that. In Tropicana, they also do that. Like they do it for you. Obviously, the other place that we've been to, the other Colombian place that we've been to, you got to do it yourself. But these 2 other places, if you ask for regular coffee, they'll give you milk, coffee, sugar.
I'm not surprised Marco said that because La Noche, look, I like it just because it's super sweet, but it's practically milk with coffee. Like that's all it really is.
No, it is not. All right,
It is.
all right.
It
Let me defend
100%
myself
is.
right now. I have to defend myself because I apologize for my Baja mom and my Baja grandmother, but living with them, the coffee was shit.
Wow, bro.
Every morning,
I would
or if
never,
it was-
I'd
or
never
it was
throw
very-
the person who brought me to this world under the bus.
I'm
like that,
sorry,
bro.
but bro,
the
everything else,
person that-
everything else could be it could be perfect, but that when it comes to coffee, they would never know if it was too light or too dark, and it burnt. So you had to put.
He threw 2 generations.
Yeah,
under the bus.
not even the person that brought him to this world.
No,
the
well,
person that
this is
brought
the thing.
that person to this world. They both went under
Bro,
the.
Yep.
He's
No
exposing himself
respect.
right now.
Hey,
Marco.
hey,
No
hey,
respect.
they know it. They
exposing
know it
himself right
because
now.
I've told them. Look, your coffee. Everybody knows that the coffee
Okay,
at
okay.
home is a
All
little.
right.
So
So
why didn't you
debatable.
make it?
yeah. How
I don't know how to fucking make coffee.
how do you make it now?
So
How do you,
it goes 3
Oh.
generations then.
Exactly, but that's why now
the bus
the
backs up to run over.
the only thing I've asked you guys about are K cups.
Oh yeah,
Right?
K-cups,
Every-
yes,
My
yes.
conversation from the past couple of months, well, month and a half, has been K cups. What kind of K cups? Where should I get K cups? Because it's easy. You put the fucking K cup. It makes the coffee for you. You choose between 6 and 8. 6 gives you a little bit less coffee, so it's a little stronger. And then you choose whatever milk you want, amount of milk you want to put, which
So-
I usually don't put much.
Because there's not much left out of all the milk. That you
Because I go through it really quickly.
So
you
yeah,
guys.
Okay,
regular
alright.
coffee. I don't want to get stuck on that.
So I'm usually just the black coffee with sugar,
Alright,
but I
okay.
do get a lot of specialty coffees though.
Mhm.
So I
feel
usually
that.
get lattes with oat milk and shit like that. so.
I've been dabbling with lattes a lot more lately. No sugar though, just straight latte because I feel the milk gives it enough sweetness.
Sure.
But I there was a moment where I just drank black coffee. I was just trying to cut out the milk and everything in it. It was actually pretty good.
I can't, bro. I can't.
I'm the
but-
kind of person though where like when I put sugar in my coffee, you might as well give me the whole jar of sugar because I put a lot of sugar in it.
My brother's like that.
I
as
put a
well,
lot of
bro.
sugar.
Bro, I was like, yo, guy, how much sugar do you want? He's like, I'm like, motherfucker, really?
Yeah.
So Nick,
Minimum.
Now I'm curious to see where you buy your coffee at.
Bro, my mom just makes coffee. Bro. I mean, now I can honestly say like I'm a not big coffee guy, but I do enjoy coffee. I do remember I had this one phase maybe like last. It was actually this summer actually. I was just drinking black coffee. Nah, but no sugar.
That's really good.
But it got kind of boring. So
You should
now,
try. You should try this is Kyle put me on this. A cortado.
Cortado, yeah.
what is that?
It's pretty much it's a specific way to make coffee, but when you drink it, the changes in temperature actually changes the flavor in it too. So when you're drinking it hot, it tastes a specific way, and when the colder it gets, the flavors keep changing as the temperature does drop. So it's actually kind of like a array of flavors that you get from one cup of coffee. So that one personally is one of my favorite black coffees to drink.
Yeah, I want to try good coffee though. Like I've never had like
Queen City Roasters, bro.
Yeah,
where?
bro.
Queen City Roasters.
Where's that?
It's in Plainville. Plainville,
Yeah,
right to the police
might have
station.
to hit that up. I want to try good coffee.
It's good.
Like,
Yeah, that's
They
that
might go
spot.
to-
They have
Queen
a-
City has a really good
There's a
coffee.
really good employee that makes really great coffee there.
Yeah, and you might get a discount if you mention
She-
certain
she's
person's
an
name.
angel. Shout out to you, MJ.
Damn, Marco's over here trying to get people fired and shit. Pretty funny. He throws his grandma under the bus, his mom under the bus, his wife under the bus.
God damn.
Under the bro. He's on fire today.
But yeah, if you want to try that, but we know recently you've been on a binge, right? Right, Nick? Can you tell us?
Nah,
a
not
little bit
binge,
about
not
that?
binge, not binge.
No, not binge.
Bro, Amazon is elite. Like we can't lie. Like, all right, first of all, on Amazon, like I've gotten like Jeff Bezos has me by the balls. Pause. Pause. He has us all by the balls.
I mean,
I'm not
you're not
denying
wrong,
it. I'm
you're
not
not wrong.
denying
The
it.
biggest one that said it.
When we hop online, the first thing I do on my second screen is to throw up Amazon for
Amazon.
no
All
reason.
right, I'll say why. I'll say why.
Okay, why?
I'm facing my phone.
Like-
Like, the difference, right?
I genuinely forget that like places and stores like Walmart's, Targets, supermarkets exist. Like the other day, I was shopping for like just deodorant and like just regular shit. And I'm like, yo, I forgot I can actually go to like Walgreens and buy this shit right now.
Damn.
But, like,
yeah,
I'll get
I'm
it
just
in
on
2 days.
Amazon. Like
Chill, bro.
I'll get it in 2
Costco
days.
all day.
exactly, that's what I'm saying. But like,
Costco
I'm
gets you,
on
like, a
Amazon
fucking 10-pack
instead.
of deodorant. You're set for a month.
whereas like
A
it
month.
takes a 5-minute
Whoa.
drive just to go to Costco or whatever and just buy something. But I'm over here ordering on Amazon. Like I order mad shit on Amazon too. It's crazy.
Damn, Amazon does make life a lot easier. But what has been your drink lately?
Oh
Yeah, your specialty
raving
drink.
about.
Your go-to specialty drink, Nick.
It's I just went up literally last Sunday because I went to go return an Amazon package. I'm like, all right, let me just go like to the shop, whatever. I was like, I literally just went up to the cashier. I want an iced drink. I don't know like what's shit called. I just want an iced coffee drink.
Wait. Where'd you return your package from?
Huh?
Where'd you return your package? The package you returned. Where'd you
What
go
store
for
did you go to return it?
I forgot the story.
that? No, I'm seriously Whole Foods. Just answer your question.
Yes, Whole
Wait,
Foods,
you
bro.
can go return
Yes.
packages at Whole Foods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As part of the, I go to,
Yeah.
I go to Kohl's all the time.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
as
You
part
don't
of
even
the,
have to give the tag or anything. You
yeah,
just charge
as
your
part
price.
of, as part of the,
Jesus.
as part of the return process,
yes.
it asks you you can drop it off to a place.
Yeah.
You can take it to
You didn't even have
Kohl's,
to
Whole
package
Foods.
it. Yeah.
You don't have to package it. You
All
just,
brought
they
to you
do
by
it for
Amazon
you.
Prime.
And Kohl's will give you a like a $5 off your next purchase if you use it that day. If you go to when you return it, I never use it because I don't need to buy shit from
Dude,
Kohl's.
I
but-
had no clue that you could
Where's
do
your
that.
nearest y'all I keep forgetting the fucking store.
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods. I don't know why.
Are you good?
I'm in my
I
mind.
just saw that
Whoa,
sugar.
whoa.
Yo, write it down. Write it down. Write it down.
It's on the iced
Whole Foods.
coffee sugar rush to the head. Like he can't function without it, bro.
Whole Foods. Whole Foods.
Whole Foods. Yeah, Hopefully.
Wait, where's the nearest Whole Foods? Is the one
It's
by
the
my
big
house?
one,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, there's like a 1-minute
actually,
drive
so
from,
it's-
from where I'm at. I just
Oh,
return
nice.
shit there, scan it. But either way, I want an iced coffee drink. I'm like, and she's like, oh, we have latte. I'm like, I don't know, iced latte or whatever. Bro, I drank that. That shit
Yeah,
was
this
good.
smile is so
That shit-
genuine. bro.
Does
Yo,
that go
Nick,
through you pretty quick?
It does. It does.
For
In
me,
fact, I went to the
iced-
bathroom twice today.
Iced
near the same
coffee
time.
does send me to the bathroom a lot faster than regular coffee does. I should
I agree.
regular coffee only iced coffee does it to me. Like it sends me to the bathroom really fast.
But do you guys get like what's the one with the whipped cream frappuccino?
Yeah,
the one with the
a
whipped
frap,
cream?
a nice frap. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
frozen.
like that.
I don't do anything with
No.
whipped cream.
Like fucking 5-year-olds or some shit.
Yeah,
Either way,
man.
though.
Go
Iced coffee is good though.
go try Queen City then, man.
Yeah,
Go to
But I assure you, I will not become one of those TikTok girls who like puts caramel whatever
Oh,
over
no.
jar.
Oh,
Whatever.
you
Famous
need to
last
see-
words,
you need
bro.
to
see-
Famous
You need to
last
see-
words.
I have to bring.
upside down caramel light.
I have to bring in the summer. I'll have to bring when it's hot out. Obviously, the summer. I get what's called a freaking milkshake or a dessert because the chocolate iced coffee that I get from Dunkin' is fucking. It's like it's like this big, and
That's
they
7 a.m.
and they add the whipped cream to it. Then they drizzle the chocolate syrup on top of it, so it looks like a fucking.
Yeah, are you
dessert.
one of those that drank Dunkin' in the past?
I
No.
drank Cheetos in the past.
No, I actually
Bro, I used to
haven't.
drink
I
them all the
haven't.
time, and now I can't fucking
Not
stand them.
anymore. Now they put my stomach up.
But I do consider myself a fancy white girl when it comes to coffee sometimes.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
all about the pumpkin in the
Wow.
fall.
PSL, don't sleep on those, all right? Don't sleep on PSLs.
Nah,
PSLs are good,
All day.
bro.
Oh, that pumpkin spice latte.
All day.
nah,
Go
I
to
got. I'm
Queen
PSL
City,
biased, bro.
Get a Spanish latte.
Yeah, Spanish latte. That's what you want.
Raquel's a go-to drink, and I always sip it from hers because it's really good. But it's actually, it's that one smacks. I usually get like one pump. I don't like too sweet.
One pump chunk.
That's true. But so I got a kid, you know. All right, no. I think that's enough coffee talk. That's
Yes.
enough for a little.
That's a good little intro.
Yeah. So
Queen City, please sponsor us.
Yeah, right.
So I think with all that being said, we're kind of ready to get into the predictions, right?
Yeah, man. Let us know, Nick. Hit that whistle.
All right. So predictions for game week 18, because we didn't do game week 19, but we are going to predict game week 20. So Nick, go.
Yeah, so for game week 18, we predicted the games following West Ham v Brentford, Newcastle v Leeds, and Brighton v Arsenal. So with West Ham Brentford, Diego, you got 2 points. Dario got 1 point, and Marco got 1 point. Everyone else, actually, sorry, you got 1 point.
Yeah, I was about to say I would have never predicted
Myself
West
and
Ham.
Eric got 0 points.
I was off on that one.
And then for Newcastle Leeds, no one got any points.
Oh, what did I say?
You said 3-1.
Everyone
Leeds.
everyone
I mean,
predicted-
sorry, 3-1 Newcastle.
Everyone predicted Newcastle and they drew.
It was no, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
No,
right.
draw.
I think, yeah, you're right.
And then Brighton versus Arsenal. Everyone except Dyer got 1 point.
Beautiful.
Dyer's the one who predicted
He
it. Brighton
never
win.
predicts Arsenal to win the game.
Did he change his prediction that time? I feel like he changed it.
He
Probably
won.
didn't.
I think it was a tie. I
Probably.
think he had a tie and then put it as a Brighton win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he put it as a Brighton. You know,
Probably.
and I could just hear him like right in my like, you know what? Just for that,
Yep.
Brighton
That's
won.
exactly how it went.
I'm pretty
That's
sure.
literally how it
I'm pretty
went.
sure.
And then for the game week 12 through game week 18, which I believe we missed 1 or 2 game weeks,
Correct.
it was a landslide to say the least. Diego with 13 points,
Thank you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
followed by Gat with 7 points,
Jesus
followed by
Christ.
Eric and Marco with 5, followed by myself and Dyer with 4.
So I didn't win.
This
Oh,
whole
no.
time we thought he won.
When I was writing it down, I was like, damn, Diego. You've got a couple like actual results like spot on. Like if it was 0-0, you actually put 0-0. So you got a lot of 2-pointers.
I
A
appreciate
lot.
that.
So
I feel good about that. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. I will
There's
accept.
no-
I'll accept this pride.
There's no asterisk next to this one.
No,
for
no,
the
no.
listeners, I'm currently going to give Diego the championship belt.
Championship belt. Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank
my
you.
friend.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen,
Backwards,
our
by the way.
fellow listeners, all my supporters. I will hold this belt with humility and with pride. Thank you.
Damn.
You'll hold it longer than Dyer.
Soundboard.
No, I know. I need to get down here.
Where's it at? Where's it at?
On my computer. So I gotta bring the whole thing. All right. So thank you for that update, Nick. We'll do predictions at the end of this episode. So we'll get into some of the games that are happening this week. But before we tackle that, I kind of want to tackle some transfer news that have been circulating the news right now, and the big one being Joao Felix. Just because I kind of want to just kind of get what your guys' thoughts are on what this transfer really is. Like it's obvious, in my opinion, it's bad business. No way around it.
Yeah.
But what are your guys' thoughts about this?
I want to run this transfer right over the freaking hot coals because I feel like everybody except for Todd Bowley knows that this could be a disaster. I'm gonna go all in because if I look bad, I look bad. But I'm gonna go all in because a lot of people know. Even I remember I'll reference a thread. There was specifically fantasy wise, but there's a thread that an Atletico fan had put up, referring to Felix as a fantasy asset in terms of his output in matches, and he's like, "Listen, he did great because he had Suarez next to him or Morata. He needs someone to either feed or to feed off of. He cannot do it alone." And obviously, maybe if Chelsea had someone like Lukaku, even though he's terrible, he would have been able to build off of him. He apparently, this one fan, of course, is one fan, but I would like to think of it as a collective. I think everyone knows that Felix isn't the greatest finisher. He can link up play, but he needs someone to link up off of. And I don't think Kai Champions League goal of fame Havertz isn't gonna do that. I mean, as terrible as a nickname that is, like Sterling, I don't think so either. I don't think he builds off of a forward like that, especially coming in off the wing. I think it's gonna be. I want it so badly to just blow up in Chelsea's face, but that's why, at least to me, strongly, I want to just run this whole transfer like
Eh.
feet over the hot coal and just be like, this is gonna be a disaster.
And
I can't wait.
Isn't Pulisic out for a couple months too?
Pulisic
Yeah.
is now confirmed out
That's-
for at
that's-
least 3 to 4 months.
That's probably like the only bright side of this transfer is that okay, he can at least slot into wherever Pulisic was being played. But even then, that's not going to help their offensive situation because Potter still can't figure out who he wants to play in what formation.
Potter's a project manager. Before I even get to this point, Joao Felix is going on loan to Chelsea for 11 million
and the
up front,
freaking cost, bro?
250K a week plus taxes, so it's equivalent to be around 18 mil total for like a 4-month loan, 5-month loan, whatever it is.
Just to extend his contract. Like, I thought that was hilarious. I was cracking up.
Simeone is apparently out too, so
Yeah, he's
that
like, oh wait,
makes more sense now.
yeah. I'll extend.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say is Potter's a project manager. Joao Felix to me isn't a project player. So you're bringing in a player that doesn't fit what the coach currently needs, and I don't know how much money Chelsea have to spend, but you're kind of taking away at least that money you could have spent on another player on this kid who.
Like in their defense because they have injuries. To
Well, they signed. Who didn't they sign for their defense?
They
They fucking signed a whole fucking army apparently.
Wasn't it as of Felix 400 million? I think it was as of Felix 400 million, and the other one floating around was they've made more signings than have games won this season. So
That's crazy.
But I don't know. I'm excited to see this transfer fail. Look. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't want him at Arsenal. I did want him at Arsenal. I'm sure you guys probably wanted him at United
Sure.
at one point
yeah,
too.
of course.
But for him to say, well, for the report to say he wasn't interested in either one of the projects, like, dude, you're talking about 10th place Chelsea right now. Like, how are you gonna tell me that project convinced you, and it's your dream to come for 5 months? Shut the fuck up.
My question is, like, these players, they have to be aware of the current state of the clubs, right? Like, he has to have been aware that Chelsea have been in a bad run, and that project is exactly that's where I'm going to. He probably saw he's like doing like a Dyer to Orlando tournament. Yeah, I'm gonna go play for 4 months, fuck off, and get my money, and then come back to where I really want to be comfortably playing for a while.
I wonder what is wage difference between Atletico and Chelsea.
That's a
I
fair
wouldn't think
question.
it's that much. I mean, Atletico. I mean, they spent 120 million euros on him, so I'm sure he gets paid really well per week. So it's a weird. I don't know. It's a weird
Let's go
move
to
for him
transfer
because
market.
I would think of it like more as it's like a case for him to show out because his time at Atletico hasn't been the best. So I would think of it like, all right, he's going to the Prem to try to prove to the world what he can do, but then obviously he's going back to Atletico after. So
But what if you're Joao Felix? Wouldn't you want to go to United or to an Arsenal? Like, to really, like, two teams who are
To show that
battling for
you're
the
the
top
shit,
positions right now. Chelsea are battling for
for a spot
I
at
don't
the
even
top half.
know. Top half, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Top of the table. Like, if you're trying to show out, like, show yourself, prove yourself to the world, you want to be fighting for the things that every player wants to fight for, which is Champions League, which is the Premier League, all these things. Chelsea are fighting for nothing.
yeah, I mean, if he did receive offers
Yeah,
from
they're out of every tournament already.
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah, they from City now. If they didn't care about something like that. Either way, though, I'm gonna say on Joao, if he did receive offers from both Arsenal or United, it would be kind of a stupid move for him to go to Chelsea just because they don't currently have a clear structure in place like the other two clubs do have. So if it does turn out bad for him, it'll obviously cause a bad reputation for him. Even if Atletico do choose to sell him in the future, which they won't recoup, maybe even they'll probably recoup half of what they spent on him. But either way, it's pretty much this is go time for Joao at least for the next 4 months because this is like I said, it's time to prove to everyone watching because obviously Premier League is the biggest league in the world, so he's gonna have to prove what he can do. Because if it does go south, then I don't know, it's really not looking good for Joao at least.
This whole transfer, I feel like is gonna tarnish his reputation
A little bit.
a little bit, And now with Portugal signing Martinez as their new coach, it just seems like this whole golden era of Portugal is slowly swirling down the drain right now. So Joao Felix, bad move. Portugal, bad move. Let's see how everything else kind of falls in place for them. Any other you guys are also linked to Beşiktaş, West Ham.
Weghorst the Soren.
I was actually, dude.
He's still he's the best part of this, and I really hope it happens because he's still officially a Burnley player. He's just on loan.
Burnley.
He's on loan at Besiktas. So if he goes to United, company is helping out United, and that's fucking great.
I was actually reading. He actually would suit you guys very well because for a big guy, you'd think he's slow.
He's
but
physical. He's fast.
And I think
He
I
can
read
hold
he
up.
has the most presses for 45 minutes or something like that as a striker. So fit the Ten Hag system. Ten Hag is really building something up here, right?
Absolutely, and it just he's fucking tall, so it's just gonna add more to just our set pieces, or the amount of crosses that are gonna be going into the box. It's gonna add another dimension now to our game, because now defenders are gonna have to look up and see this big ass fucking, what is he, 6'2", 6'3" motherfucker.
No, he's much taller. Honestly, on the heights is very misleading on the internet.
You think so?
You
Yeah,
think?
it's very misleading.
So pin Felix's wages
He's
at
easily
Atletico are
6'4", 6'5".
280K a week. 280.
God damn.
And then Weghorst, this is from actually the season that he was with Burnley last year, and he led the Premier League with 57 pressures in the game,
There you
which
go.
at the time was the most for a single player in that season. So he's pretty dedicated when it comes to at least running per 90.
He's the one that scored in the Argentina game, right?
Mm-hmm. He scored
Yeah.
both goals
Him and Martinez.
Off
So
the
they're gonna
bench.
fight.
I thought about
off the
that.
bench.
Like, wouldn't that be like an awkward reunion?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because it was to
Give me that
him.
boo. Whoa, give me that whoa.
And especially like knowing, well, he said he came out afterwards and he said that he just wanted, of course, they could fucking lie, but whatever, taking his word for it, that he just wanted to, like, I guess, recognize their effort after the game or whatnot. I'm inclined to believe that they also talk shit, because what player wouldn't, especially at that stage? But that was something that did pop into my head. Like, what an awkward reunion, because definitely Martinez and Varane have already like the whole embrace and made up. They've like said publicly that they get along very well even after the World Cup, which is nice. You want to see that from a center back pairing. But for Weghorst to show up, be like, yeah, I did that, the cheeky free kick routine to tie it up, like one of the better moments of the World Cup. I was like, that's gonna be an interesting to be a fly on that wall in the
Yeah.
dressing room when he's
Yeah.
presented, like your new teammate.
Fucking guys, this motherfucker up here, and so the guys all down here and shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that's a good move for you guys. Arsenal, we're still waiting on a Mudryk deal. I read today that it's pretty much about to
He's
happen
been
any day
liking
now.
every Arsenal post.
Dude, he's
bro.
literally fucking
He's begging
stripping
it.
for us right
He's
now.
begging for it, bro.
I want
He's
him,
liking
I want him
every
so bad.
Arsenal post.
The
He's-
more
he's even liking Arsenal posts with like under 50 likes now. So that means he's probably intentionally searching himself up,
Mhm.
or it's just coming across his.
Dude, I'm
timeline.
like, in the
The
beginning, I was
algorithm, bro.
excited. Like I was like, all right, this, this is exciting. This kid looks really good. Now I'm just like fucking horny for him right now. Like I want him
Yeah.
so bad at
They're
Arsenal.
just kind of like dangling him in front of us, like, oh look, this is what you
And
want.
now I want it. And watch it be Pepe 2.0. Could very well be Pepe 2.0, But I believe. in our structure right now in our recruitment. So I'm sticking by them. Any other big rumors? Cody Gakpo obviously has
Have we
already
talked
played
about
a game.
Gakpo? I don't think we talked about Gakpo.
Well, on the Zoom episode.
Yeah.
I mean,
What about what? Okay, now that he's played a game, because he played, didn't he play that game against Was it?
It was the
Yeah,
FA.
against
Was
Wolves?
the FA that he played?
Was
Where-
FA Cup?
Yeah,
Where
against
Wolves got robbed?
Where
Oh,
Wolves got
can we
robbed.
talk
I don't even
about
know. I
that
could care
too,
less
bro?
about fucking.
Where Wolves got robbed. No era offside.
Sorry.
No-
There's no angle. Jesus. But yeah, I don't know if you watched that game, but just specifically on Gakpo, so we don't get pulled into like the whole FA Cup. Like, what'd you think?
I mean, his first 15 minutes are good. Apart from that, he linked up really well to Robertson, with which Luis Diaz hasn't been able to do for the past 12 months. I would be able to say. So I mean, he isn't that fast. I mean, it's a good short term move, because obviously Liverpool don't have a left winger right now. I think Firmino's obviously he's still injured, I guess. But I mean, we'll see long term. He's a good player, but I mean, we'll see. I don't know. He doesn't strike me as like a world beater. I don't know.
And like your energies for Liverpool, I feel like we're up here, obviously, when you guys were on top of everything. But like now, I feel like you're just like so down in the dumps right now.
Yeah, I just want a midfielder. Either way, I mean, if it comes to the end of the window and it's just Gakpo, then I'd be like, why would they have signed an attacker instead of a midfielder? But I came into the window with Gakpo being signed, assuming that they'd sign a midfielder. But if it does come into the end of the window and they haven't signed a midfielder and it's just Gakpo, I'd be very disappointed.
Do you have
to
a
say the
pin?
least.
Do you have a pin and a name for a midfielder? For
Uh,
you, I'm not referring to like maybe like rumors or whatever. Like so
Like,
that way,
imagine-
so that way you can give a
What do
bit.
you mean? What do you mean? Pitch?
Like-
Someone
like-
that I'd prefer?
Yeah, like a bit more of a definitive answer, because like obviously if we haven't read or heard anything, that's a little bit difficult. But like, let's say you're like, yeah, I think this guy would fit pretty well.
I mean, without a doubt, 100% be Moises Caicedo.
I
At
think
least
Bellingham,
right now.
honestly.
I thought he was.
Yeah,
Bellingham.
Bellingham.
But Bellingham's not gonna do
Bellingham's
that
like-
defensive work, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro,
that's
he's a
true.
lot of money. Like, if you're telling me if it's just Jude and like one other, I'd much rather spend 130 million that you were to spend on Jude on 3 other midfielders.
Mm.
Like, obviously, Jude Bellingham is a great player, but I just don't justify spending 130 to even 150 million just for him. I gotta much rather get 3 other solid young midfielders who are just ready to come in. Like, for example, like if it would be like Casado and like, I don't know, for example, Declan Rice and then some other or whatever, it'd be like I'd much rather prefer that than just Jude by himself.
It's all
But
about
yeah.
efficiency for Nico, bro.
Yeah. But either
Okay.
way though.
We will see what happens for you guys in the transfer market. Aside from that, I don't have any other major headlines that I came across when it came to the transfer. It
Maguire to
winter.
Villa.
Maguire to Villa.
Oh, that's
I heard about that.
I'm cheering
so.
for him if he does.
If he goes to Villa, is he still the captain or or I'm sorry, a captain or a starter for the England national team?
Yes.
Most likely.
Unfortunately, yes.
If it's Southgate, yes.
Oh yes,
If
that's
it's
another thing
if
too.
it's Southgate, yes. he will
If it's
be.
anybody else, he will not be called.
Who
up.
is he? Who would he bench? That's what I want to know.
Who
I
would
didn't
who
even think
bench?
about that.
Southgate or
No,
or
no.
Emery?
Who would Maguire bench?
Who they
on
bench for
Emery?
Maguire to
No,
be playing?
bro. Because I don't know if
It's-
it's just me, my mind playing tricks on me, but for some reason I remember reading like a soundbite or a quote from Emery that he likes how Mings plays.
Who,
Something
Emery?
about.
I forgot his manager.
I mean, doesn't he play better now that whatchamacallit is there? That Emery's there?
I mean,
I haven't watched the games to be honest with you, so I can't
I
really
mean,
tell
he
you.
got. I mean, he did get an assist this last.
okay.
the last game.
So...
Not that that means much.
That scores 4 goals in pro club, still doesn't get man of the match.
He's gonna be like, "Why you hating?"
I mean, he should be here to defend himself.
Henry Konza maybe, but I rate Konza though.
Let's
Yeah,
see-
but
let's
Konza's
see
not
who
bad.
they-
That's the
let's
thing.
see
Like,
they
who
put
is he
on the
going to bench?
pitch.
Unless he
I'd
co-
ra- I'd
and he's
rate
not going to
Mings.
completely change
Oh,
the
yeah,
system.
Konza.
He's
Yeah.
not going to change the system and throw a third center back
I'd
in
rate
there
Konza,
either.
25-year-old
He didn't do that
Konza.
with us.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he's not going to.
I don't think
so.
he's dropping Mings anytime soon. I feel like, but the thing is that if you play both Mings and Maguire, like that's just a recipe for
That's
disaster.
a big ass recipe
Yeah.
for.
Yeah,
Sounds
bro.
delicious.
If he does go there, I'm cheering for him.
That'd be hilarious.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Really?
I like Maguire.
I'm
I'm sure you guys know that. I actually like Maguire.
I know. I have no. I heard
like
that. It's
Maguire.
just it's still. A
I
stunning
can't wait to play
statement.
Villa if
Nah.
that fucking happens.
Right, bro?
I mean,
oh, that's
you
why
don't
he's next
have
to the
to, but-
Liverpool one, so he could.
I mean,
entertain-
after all this shit he gets, like I'd like to see him just perform at least decently.
No, sure,
So,
sure, of course.
Like an average Premier League center back, just like
I mean, I will.
solid.
I will say though, since the restart, he has actually had some decent.
Yeah,
cameos
and
and
there's
stuff,
also been
but-
games that I remember like and I would be like fuck like whenever he like especially recently when he would be thrown on for like the last 10-15 minutes and then immediately he'd make a fucking mistake or like actually no he made one this past game the game that they played where he was put on he tried to dribble like 2 players
Mm,
he messed up the dribble got nutmegged and then he had to foul
Yes,
the freaking
yes.
opposing player the
Classic.
Charlton in the Charlton game
Yes.
right
Ugh,
yeah he had to foul him and
I
he got a
can't
yellow
stand him.
card.
I can't stand him.
he needs to get out of United. Though.
I
The
can't
thing is that
stand
like I think the I don't know. I feel like of course hindsight's always going to be 2020, but the pressures of maybe being on a team like that are too much for him because he does show those qualities. He does carry the ball. He does have a good range of passing. He is great in the air, of
He's
course.
not pressured. It was
But,
just
It's
all
but
his
under
stuff.
pressure,
It's a
he's-
decision making.
Yeah, like, decision making
As soon as you
under
fucking throw a
pressure.
fucking water balloon at him, he fucking freaks out. Doesn't know what the fuck to do.
I'm calling
Yeah.
now if he's not going to Villa, Maguire to Everton 2023 summer
Maguire to Everton. Oh shit.
They're gonna get relegated, bro.
Yeah,
What you
Everton
mean?
will get
under
relegated.
Sean Dyche.
Oh my god. Everton board. You have 2 weeks to do the right thing, please. You have 2 weeks.
It's already too late. You said by
No, I said 18 months. but-
Christmas. Oh, you said 18
No,
months?
I said 18 months, and he was officially hired January 31st last year. So
Almost there. Not really,
almost there.
but
Even
every
though
time.
they might give him to the end of the season, I feel like just for pure financials reason, they probably don't have the funds to hire
luxury, yeah.
someone else. But anyway, diverting Maguire to Villa rumor. We'll see if that happens.
Well, look, there's no other transfer rumors you want to tackle real quick.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
So
so
know.
I think we can transition into real quick some domestic competitions where we see Man City get knocked out.
Thank God,
Very unlikely. Did you guys watch the game?
I did.
How was? I didn't watch the game, but tell me how were Man City's How was? I mean, it's hard to say. Obviously, they lost, but like the players themselves, did they look up to it? Did they look out of it? Are they unmotivated? Are we seeing what happened to Pep at his latter years at Barcelona, where he just kind of like lost the motivation in the
It
players?
could be. I mean, like, I feel like I'm the wrong person to ask because obviously I'm biased. Fuck Man City, but the thing is that recently we heard Pep talking about like the soundbite of, oh yeah, their body language. I pick my players off of body language. Sometimes it's not just form. Like they could be scoring and assisting, but if I see their body language off in training, something like that, I'm paraphrasing. And like honestly, for the plaudits that I would give to Southampton for how well they attacked, like they looked terrible. And to the point where like I did send a photo, but it happened twice that they got called out. They got whistled. The whistle was blown for a foul throw in. Like literally, like it's inexcusable. Cancelo takes the ball and he literally just goes like just like that. Like he pushes it like and the ball goes like maybe like 3-4 feet in front of him. Obviously that's like and this is the point where when that happened, they were chasing and they had maybe like 15 minutes left, just about. Where clearly they have Holland on, they have KDB on, they have Foden on, they have Rodri on. They threw on all the players that didn't that probably Pep didn't want to play and they still couldn't get it done. And the thing is that like Foden, I remember this clearly. It was like with around like around stoppage time, he gets a ball. I think it was from either Gundogan or Rodri, where it's like basically a crossfield ball from midfield over to the left channel. And then Foden, obviously looking at the play, he did not run in time. He wasn't going to get there in time. He got to the ball late, obviously miscontrols it, and it rolls out for a goal kick. And the first thing he does is that he turns around and starts yelling at whoever passed the ball, telling him, and like he picks up his foot and he starts doing like this with his foot, like, oh, like you should have scooped it more. And they're just demanding from each other things that just didn't make sense. And there was a few passes to play, like man, it was just Haaland got dispossessed quite a few times. Foden got dispossessed quite a few times. KDB had some passes that usually KDB, what he would do is he would like loiter around like the 18 and he would wait to attract maybe like one or two on him. So that way, right in the middle of the 18, that space would be freaking open. That's what City do a lot. Not even like not just the cutback, but just the pass across so they can open up maybe the left channel for Foden. I think he hit 2 or 3 of those where it just like it went past everybody, and then you see Ake, who had pushed up all the way, has to turn around and run back for it. They look completely disjointed.
So what could have changed from demolishing with your B team against Chelsea 4-0 and then this?
I think it goes without saying, like the goals that they've scored, like that's another big thing. If I remember correctly, and I'll check myself on the stat, they have only scored about 8 since since the restart, I believe. And then like in the first half, they had scored. I think it was like 8 matches and 8 matches. And then the first day they had scored like 29. I have it bookmarked, so I'll look it up. So they were like going at it. One rumor, and I guess one train of thought is that like at the beginning, Pep was like, "All right, we're feeding Holland everything through Holland. He has 21 goals to show for it." And then now Pep was like, "Okay, I feel like we've done that enough. Let's try to get back to what we were doing, where everybody eats, everybody scores, everybody assists, everybody gets in on the play." And I think that is not only detrimental to Holland, who doesn't do that well. Obviously, not saying that he's a bad player all of a sudden, but that aspect of his game isn't as good as him finishing everything, like literally everything. Where now they're suffering for it because that 4-0 was freaking. It was like, oh god damn, like we were talking about it. If Pep finds how to implement and include Holland into this style of play, it's over. But I think today, especially against a bottom place Southampton that has nothing going for them, honestly, it just showed that just going at them and then scoring 2 quick goals, they just couldn't find a way back. They couldn't find a way back. But I'm curious to know what City fans think if they exist.
Yeah, they've only scored 5 since the restart.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I feel like City fans will tell you themselves they'd prefer watching the City side from 18-19, 17-18, just like David Silva.
Oh, when
Bernardo,
Teta was there?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my god.
Sane, Sterling. I mean, I could guarantee
Sane,
most City
Sterling,
fans,
Kuhn.
like 80-90% of them would say they prefer watching that side than watching this side with Holland up top. But I mean, and I would expect because obviously Holland that's different. I probably couldn't say this, but I would expect now with Holland just because he's just a pure just pace and power demon or whatever that they would just burst through domestic competitions because that's those kinds of players like your Bales and your Hollands. They do better in those competitions, like your Champions League knockouts or whatever. And now they're knocked out of a Carabao Cup. So I mean, we'll see in the Champions League though. We'll see. I forgot.
Well, that's what they're really fighting for. So
Yeah.
let's see how they
That's
perform
February,
in that.
no?
That's
Yeah, it's February.
that's the only jewel they don't have in their crown
Playoffs, I
yet.
think, should
So
be later this month. I think.
Nick mentioned
Mhm.
Bell retired, so shout out to Bell real quick.
Yes, Gareth
Phenomenal
Bale.
career. I was not your biggest fan at the beginning, but I have come to find a respect for you. As most Madrid fans probably still have not.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that graphic where his only 2 trophyless seasons were with Spurs and then coming back with Spurs? Like
I saw that about Spurs. Somebody else too.
He even went
Yeah, it
to
was.
because he went to MLS with LA and he won the championship there. And then the other trophies that he got were with Madrid. So
That LAFC move is so funny. He literally just went there just to prep for the World Cup.
I know
It's
that's
crazy.
actually pretty smart. It looks terrible on MLS,
I mean, at
of
least
course.
they won the.
Yeah,
whatever
he
it's- I
helped.
don't even know what the fuck it's called.
He helped and he won the trophy. So
He helped. Yeah, he scored. He tied it, right?
Yeah.
To send it to extras or whatever.
penalties.
Penalties.
Depends.
That's crazy.
For me, though, out of Gareth Bale's career, like what impressed me, not even like the Madrid Champions League titles and the finals goals or his time at Tottenham in the beginning. I think he won 2 PFA Player of the Year. It's just like his time with his country, Wales, just sending them to a semifinals of the Euros, sending them to a World Cup after 62, 64 years, and then just the ability to just carry that team on his back was just like, wow, it's an incredible player.
Underappreciated.
Yeah.
Underappreciated. I think
I think his career, he'll be remembered.
he will
He will be
100%. But
remembered.
I think the time he at Real Madrid really wasn't. It was just bad, toxic from the fans at the end of the day. Honestly,
Well,
but
that with the toxicity was towards the end. When
I
it
thought
was
it was
they
the whole
were-
time because he was always
No.
injured, and that was the thing. Was, oh, we paid
Okay,
100 mil for it.
No,
Okay,
not,
hold on,
not,
hold on. Wait,
not with not as much as with Hazard.
I'm actually interested.
Was barely even
I'm
there.
I'm interested in this conversation. Do you guys think it's more Madrid's fault, like the fans, or is it
Yes.
more Bale's fault?
No, Real Madrid fault.
No,
Fans,
it's the
100%.
fans.
100%. You can't tell me otherwise.
Marcos looking at you.
Marcos
guys
is a
like,
Madrid fan because he doesn't want to admit it, but it's 100%
What?
the fans.
I'm not gonna say 100% of fans, bro. I think it's everybody. Him, the fans, the club, everybody lacked on something. Him being injured all the time, bro, and he wasn't
So he
always
was injured all
injured.
the
He
time.
wasn't always injured. Was injured towards the end. He started getting injured, and I think when the fans turned on him was when he was supposed to be the next person. When Cristiano Ronaldo left, and he was supposed to carry the team, that's when the injury started, and it started to like.
So how's
bad.
that his fault?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know why he's getting
mean-
injured.
I would like
He
to
wasn't
say
playing-
though a big
he wasn't playing
contribution to the hate or whatever he got was the whole flag, whatever Madrid.
Wales
goal.
goal.
And that wasn't
Madrid.
even
I mean, I would
him.
say that's a big
I mean,
thing
it
is
wasn't.
that
It wasn't
the-
his fault on that
That
one.
wasn't,
It wasn't,
but the
but
thing is
it
that
wasn't a picture. though.
we all know La Liga media is the worst.
Yes.
True.
They will make you look horrible, and the fact that they say, "Oh, he doesn't even speak Spanish," or he actually knows
No, he knew
fluent
yeah,
Spanish.
he's really good
But
at
the
it.
fans got on about that too. The Real Madrid fan, dude. I'm sorry, but this is why I don't follow Madrid as much anymore. Madrid fans are
Bro.
the absolute worst. They're just entitled, bro.
All
Entitled.
fans are toxic, regardless
No,
of
100%,
what.
but I'm
they
saying
are. Now,
Madrid
Real Madrid
fans-
are not going to be the only ones.
Did I say that? I said Madrid fans are entitled. They're self-entitled, thinking that if it doesn't go their way, it's automatic. It's got to be the player's fault. I was like, nah, that. And I was that fan. I'm not sitting here saying I was 100% that fan that was slandering Bill. And I sit back here and I regret that. But that's why I don't follow Madrid as much anymore, because I just feel like they're they're just self-entitled. Honestly, it just feels that way. And if it's just I don't know. I the whole Bell situation, I put that 100% on the fans. Yeah, could he have been healthier? I mean, I'm sure he would have played if he was healthy. Not like he just faked injuries like Neymar, for example, like everybody says. But I think he was honestly completely underappreciated.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Bale de Bernabeu, 9 years, 3 La Liga titles, 5 Champions Leagues, 3 UEFA Super Cups, and as
Does
many.
he have the 5 or he has 4?
Yes, 4.
No, yeah.
He has 4, right? The first one he wasn't part of.
Well, no, if we're gonna look at
Sorry,
it like
no.
that, sure, yeah.
Yes, he does have 4. Yeah, he has 4. He joined in 2014.
Yeah, he got 11,
2014,
12,
sorry.
13, and 14, I believe.
Yeah, but
No,
yeah.
he didn't get the 14. He got 10. Wait.
no, he got the
How many?
2014
Dio, you look at it?
Yeah, you have it, right?
because he
Yeah,
scored against
I'm
Atletico in that
looking at it
final.
right now.
2014, 2016,
Oh,
2017,
bicycle?
Here's
2018.
here's a take.
Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
Why Gareth Bale has a bigger legacy than Neymar?
Not sure.
Okay,
Oh, that's true, but I mean, could be true.
I mean,
wise,
please enlighten us.
accomplishment wise,
Neymar will be
why not?
much more remembered
I
in
Yeah.
50
Yeah.
years.
They're going
Personality.
that route.
Yeah.
They're going that route.
Personality.
The winner against Barcelona in Copa del Rey ended the way for La Decima with the extra time winner.
Mhm.
Then it was the goal against Liverpool.
But why isn't he spoken about that much? Because Real Madrid fans
Yeah,
do
here you
not
go.
put him on that pedestal.
Fast
He
forward to
just-
2017, Neymar at this point has won 3 La Liga titles with 1 Champions League. And in the meantime, in the same frame, Bale has won 1 La Liga title, but with 3 Champions Leagues. Neymar did have the better stats, but Bale had more European success.
Bill has 5 Champions Leagues.
Oh, he
So
does
it
have
is
the
5
5?
confirmed.
Okay.
Okay. So I wasn't.
Oh, because he was at the club last
so I wasn't
year.
fake. I
right?
wasn't fake news. My bad.
He was at the club.
Last year.
Yeah, I forgot.
See, man, he
Hey,
can't
man.
give respect for the Champions League that he's won, bro. Nah.
That's why I asked.
He wasn't
Put it
part of that
forward.
team. That's what I'm He wasn't part of that team.
I mean, he didn't
It was
do shit
very-
at it, so.
See? No respect. No.
Hazard has
Threw
a
his
fucking
grandma under the bus, threw his
Hey.
mom under the bus, threw himself, not threw Gareth
Perfect-
Bale under the
perfectly
bus,
fine. I'm
bro.
cool with all of that.
All right, well, look, Gareth Bale retired. Sad that his career ended the way it did. I would have thought he has a lot more to give, but
It would have been nice to see him get a World Cup dub with Wales. I feel like that would have
Yeah.
meant a lot to him.
yeah, I've been like a nice little ending to his career.
Of course.
But he fell out of love with the sport because of the hate he was getting. So can't really blame him. For that. All right. So any other retirees? No. Okay, cool.
Lloris retired from international.
Oh
Here's what I'm
yeah.
saying, bro.
But no
he
one-
should have retired a long time ago.
No one
First of
cares.
all, he should have retired. He fucking. I think
keep
he's so
reading that he's
overrated. I
beefing.
think he's overrated.
Like
but-
he's beefing with players online. You guys heard that?
No.
With who?
With Argentine players and with Emiliano Martinez
With who,
specifically.
Romero?
So
That's
Oh, Dibu. I love Dibu.
That is funny.
All right. Well, look, that's domestic cup. Gareth Bale retiring. Transfer rumors. You guys ready for predictions?
yeah, let's get it, bro.
All right. So we got 3 games we're gonna predict and
Some blockbusters this weekend. hopefully.
blockbusters. Yeah, and I'll just throw one more in there, just not prediction wise, but just kind of want to get your thoughts on the game. First off, and I'll start off with this one: is Joao Felix starting for Chelsea, and are Chelsea gonna continue the bad run of form against Crystal Palace?
They play Fulham next, right?
They play
play
Fulham
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, and
but
then
it's too soon.
they play Crystal Palace
Wait, is he registered
Sunday.
though?
That's what I keep looking up. And
I
then,
saw
like, the
I saw a
thing-
tweet saying that he is. Which if he is, I still don't think he'll start tomorrow though. I feel like
No, tomorrow's
Too soon.
most likely
Not
out of the
tomorrow.
question.
I'd
Tomorrow's
say
out of the question
Sunday.
for sure.
Sunday.
Yeah,
I
he'll
think
start
he starts.
Sunday.
I think he
Here.
starts against Palace.
Here we
the format
go.
known they have to start using him quickly.
Uh,
Like there's no settle.
I'm curious
in time
how
or
they're gonna
whatever.
line up with another attacker
hold on.
in a non-existent formation that's set in stone.
But
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I do think he starts.
Oh,
though.
here we go. When can he make his debut? Let's see.
I'm a bank with he can start
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay. Oh no. Well, I don't know that yet. Chelsea are next in action against Fulham on Thursday, which is tomorrow, and Joao Felix will be eligible should the club register him before midday on Wednesday. So I don't follow any Chelsea outlets. I'm gonna check maybe on Twitter. Maybe there's something about that. But we'll see.
we'll see if he starts. But I'm curious to see how this goes on Sunday for them. I hope they continue the bad run of form. We'll see if Crystal Palace can turn things around. But as far as the predictions, we got 2 derbies and Liverpool's Achilles heel. First one,
Everyone is.
Manchester derby.
Everyone's Achilles heel for
So we beat them.
this season.
Come on, baby, respect. Right. So Manchester United versus Manchester City. Eric Ten Hag is a man in has gotten his team in form. Casimitas playing out of his skin. Rashford is just blowing everybody away. But Man City are just Man City. And I'm curious to see how confident you guys are going into this game. You guys are at home. And will Haaland get on the score sheet?
He will. He will.
Oh, real quick, Potter confirmed that he hopes to give Felix his full debut tomorrow against Fulham.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That was 10 hours ago.
Interesting.
Nice. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
So I'm.
Pogba
It's at Old Trafford,
Mhm.
so that's hopefully already going to give us a much bigger boost.
Mhm.
There's no way in hell that a repeat of round 1 happens.
Mm.
There's no way. The
I would
opposite, you
love
think?
that.
I would love that too. I mean,
would
I'm
love
I'm
that.
I'm excited. I'm really excited for this game because even when United haven't played great recently, we're still miles better than what we have been either in the first round against City and even just the first 2 games of the season when we got thrashed and last season. Even when we don't play great now, we're still better than what we were. So I'm excited. City is not in the best form all of a sudden this season, so makes me even more excited. At the end of the day, like you said, it is still City. You always have to worry about them, and there is a quote that Pep already put out there that he has some ideas, some ridiculous ideas for United. So who knows who knows what that means, but
I love him.
Isn't this what always causes him to lose in Champions League and causes him to like?
Yeah, but I feel like
having
this,
bad
breaking the mold.
games?
Yeah, of
I know,
course.
but he doesn't come out with quotes in it. This is some funny shit. I have some ideas.
yeah, he's I
It's
don't
just
know what
funny
it,
to me. I don't know.
yeah, I have some ideas for the United game, some ridiculous ideas is more or less what
I
We
saw
he
can
some
said
see
other
to
Alvarez
see.
and Haaland play together.
I don't know what
Probably.
else. I mean, he's tried everything. I'd say.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. But despite how much better we've been defensively, it is still City. It is still Holland. So yes, I do think he gets on the score sheet. We're definitely not losing. We're doing predictions now, right, for this. So 3-2 United.
Okay,
3-2 Manchester United Football Club.
it's interesting.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same boat, but I just wanna add in there that that I feel it's going to be like a 2-0 lead for United, and it'll be like it'll be a tight game. So I'm hoping for that winner to kind of seal it, that dagger, as Nick would say. But I'm also going with the 3-2.
Damn,
I like the chances, especially with United's form at home, especially them being so far. Yes, I've also seen some fingers pointed at specifically the teams that they've played, and I know I've criticized that too, as far as like, okay, what's the opposition? But I want to just point out at least their home form and the goals that they scored recently have been way above. Like what did I say? I feel like when the World Cup finished and like the Prem's about to restart, it's like the goal differential column was like 37, 28, 15, 12, and then United's like 0 because of how few goals we were scoring. And the fact that we scored 18 since then is at least a really good sign. So I'm going to go 3-2. Just because given some semblance of respect to the opposition to be able to score. But yeah.
Yeah,
3-2.
especially what happened today. I'm sure that's gonna
Fire them up.
unfortunately fire them up, but not enough.
Okay,
Let's hope
Alright.
so.
7:30 a.m. tax. So I'm gonna go with the Boar Fest. as usual.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Gotta get up early on a Saturday morning.
It won't happen, but I'm going no.
I'm actually going for a draw as well. 2-2. You think, Marco?
Yeah, I fucking read my mind, but I'm gonna go with the 1-1.
Okay, all right, 0-0, 1-1, 2-2. I like that.
Jesus.
I like that. All right, so that's gonna be an interesting game to wake up to first thing in the morning. Then we have shortly after that, Liverpool's thorn on their side, Brighton.
Hope Casado shows that.
I
hope so.
Nick, on the
I
real,
actually hope so.
are you seriously Klopp out?
No.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know else who you can realistically get.
You're saying so that's only been your soundbite? That's it?
What?
You're not really Klopp out? You're not burning effigies of Klopp?
No, I'm not Klopp out. It would take. I don't know what it
What,
take.
what would it
Yeah,
take?
what would
What
it
would it
take?
Yeah, I'll
take,
go
Nick?
into that. Okay, it'd take.
a 3-0 loss to Brighton.
No. Honestly, it'd probably take like a catastrophic. Like obviously they're in the like dumps right now, but it'd take like a catastrophic just fall down the table, come the end of the season. Like I don't even know what place are they.
You guys are
You guys are 6 right now.
sixth place, 1
Like if
point
they were to
ahead
finish
of
like
Brighton.
9th or 10th,
So Chelsea.
yeah, then I'll be like, maybe. But the only reason, if I were to ever be Klopp out, it'd be next season.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were Klopp out.
If midfield if midfield reinforcements were to come in this summer, which I assume there will be, and he were to keep performing poorly, then I'd be like, then there's a lot of question marks. There's a lot of question marks over him right now, but like actually Klopp out, I'd be like if he were to perform very badly, which he has performed pretty poor this season. If he were to replicate that again next season, I'd be like, yeah, what's going on? But,
Okay, all right. So how is this game planning out for you? Are you nervous? Are you
easy
confident?
prediction. Brian go 1-0 up inside 5 minutes. They're gonna play out of Liverpool's press pretty easily. Moises Caicedo and Alex McAllister. It's gonna run rabid.
Who scores for Brighton for fantasy purposes?
100% Leandro Trossard. 100%. Inside 5 minutes.
The
I'm calling it.
The troll. Okay.
So I'm gonna actually go. I don't think they're gonna win. I'm gonna go 2-2. 2-2 Brighton versus Liverpool.
What?
How are the past games with Liverpool been?
Their form has been in the last 4 wins and 1 loss, which was to Brentford, and specifically against Brighton, they're unbeaten in their last 10 away league games, 5 draws and 5 wins.
Yeah, they've drawn. Is it drew or drawn?
Drawn.
They've drawn twice in their last Anfield games, 3-3 and 2-2 last season. So did they win?
How are you guys feeling about this? I don't know. I don't know where to go yet. Convince me.
3-1 Brighton.
3-1 Brighton. Me too. That's it.
Oh my god.
The 3-1?
No. That's it.
I'm 3-1. I'm 3-1 Brighton. Brighton.
And I'm looking for a name. That's why.
Diego.
I think it's gonna be 2-1 Liverpool. I would love to see Brighton come back, but the thing is that like it can't like I don't know. Maybe in this case I am giving too much respect to the opponent because I just feel like it can't get any worse. The only way that Liverpool loses against Brighton is that it gets worse than it is now,
Look,
and I don't see that happening. So I'm gonna say 2-1 Liverpool.
Brentford beat Liverpool at home without Ivan Toney. 3-1.
Correct.
I would say Brighton are a better team than Brentford.
The thing is that with Trossard out, I don't trust that. At
He's
least he's
out?
a doubt.
He's a doubt.
He's a doubt. He's
I'm
flat.
gonna go.
They're only a point below Liverpool. Let's
I
put
know.
that out.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like Brighton they're not a team they're a team that know how to play their football, and like Nick said, playing out of the press is not something new to them. They've been doing this.
If we're not gonna throw stats out of the window, Brighton's record against Liverpool is they've won only once in their last 11 matches against them.
About to be 2.
1 win, 3 draws, and 7 losses.
You said 2-1 Liverpool, right?
It's 2-1 Liverpool.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Brighton.
Jesus. Oh my god.
What about you, Marco?
Fuck. I'll go tie 2-2.
All right. Very good. Very good. And for the last match, well, that we're predicting, but not for the day, is honestly the last game of the weekend, which is the North London Derby. Spurs at home to the mighty Arsenal.
Hold on. Can I hit you with some stats here?
Yeah.
All right. This is a doozy, honestly. Spurs are unbeaten in their last 8 Premier League home games against Arsenal with 6 wins and 2 draws. They've won their last 3 at home against them, but they've never won 4 in a row in league history. However, following the 3-1 win at the Emirates in October this season, Arsenal are looking to complete their first league double over Tottenham since 2013-14, which was also their last league victory away at Spurs. Spurs have failed to score in 1 of their last 17 Premier League games against Arsenal. The other thing is that Spurs have won 13 Premier League penalties against Arsenal, scoring 12.
I was gonna say that. Always Harry Kane penalty.
Though Arsenal have won all 6 of their Premier League London Derby matches this season, keeping a clean sheet in all 3 of their away matches so far. They've not won 7 London derbies in a row since 2007-2008, which included home and away wins against Spurs. So it's even, man. It's even. Even the head-to-head.
I'm looking at the head-to-head now.
The
It's
last 5 years.
It's nuts.
It's 6 wins for Spurs, 4 wins for Arsenal, and 2 draws.
It's even, but yeah, I know what I think about stats, right?
Yeah, you want to throw them out the window because
And just the last 3 North London derbies alone: 3-1, 3-0, 3-1.
I'll go first.
Go ahead. Yeah. I mean, what's your thoughts on the game and prediction?
I think I don't know if it was on record. We were recording or we were just bullshitting when somebody asked me how do I feel about the upcoming game against Spurs, and I said I was a lot more comfortable than I have been in the past.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
I just don't remember if we were here or online. Just shit. It's just talking shit. But I do feel, like I said, a little more comfortable this time around. Knowing that we're all going in, I want to say as fit as possible. There's no injuries. We actually got Smith rollback.
He's looking fucking big too.
Yeah, he was looking. There was a couple missed passes, but
First game.
it's all right. It's all right. I mean, he played what 15 minutes. Yeah, so I'm happy, and Vieira had a phenomenal second half.
Oh, Vieira. Oh, yeah.
But overall, again, I feel a little bit more comfortable. I do hear the stats as much as I hate them. They do exist. My score line is gonna be a 2-1 Arsenal, and I hate the ones, and I hate that I'm giving them a chance, but you know, a fucking penalty can always happen.
And I wholeheartedly agree with you as far as my confidence going into this game is definitely
A little higher than last year's, at
it's
least.
higher than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Right now, this season's cloud 9 for us. That's how I feel right now. This is the best season I've ever witnessed as an Arsenal fan. So I'm going into this game with that same mentality, that same feeling, because just like the Newcastle game, even though we drew last time,
It felt good. The way that they played.
yeah, we dominated that game. And if there's anything that we're taking away from this season is we're making up for our losses last season.
Mhm.
And this game against Spurs last season is what pretty much put that nail in the coffin for us
Yes.
to not get the Champions League.
Correct.
So if mentality is the name of the game for us this year, which it definitely seems to be, strong mentality, I see this going our way. Spurs are just not looking good. We haven't had a misstep at all, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, draw against Newcastle, but Newcastle are arguably one of the best teams in the league right now.
100%.
I just can't think as to why. It's a Northern Derby. I get it. Sometimes shit goes out the window and it just
Gets a
gets
little more
physical, gets
aggressive
dirty.
and-
Yeah,
yeah.
it just, shit happens. But man, I'm just going off of our track record this season, and I'm gonna give it to us 3-1. Harry Kane, of course, penalty. But other than that, I think we're gonna have a pretty good game, and
Just be solid
hopefully
on the second half, bro.
Mudryk is on the
At least
sub
on the bench,
On
or
the
look at
bench.
least watching the game for the first
When's the game?
first game.
Sunday?
Sunday. So I think
Sunday,
Jack could
Sunday,
very well be-
11:30. Yeah, it's the last game.
11:30.
Last game of the weekend.
Well, since we're going in reverse or the opposite way, I'll predict next.
Reverse.
I'm gonna go with a 2-2.
which isn't a bad result
It's
either.
gonna be a good game. Harry Kane penalty. If you bet on a Harry Kane penalty.
100%.
I think it's gonna be a scrappy game. North London derbies are always
Always-
entertaining games to
always.
watch. They're always good to watch. But especially this season, you guys are on fire. You're top of the table. Spurs can't play a first half to save their lives.
That's
So it's gonna be 2-0 Arsenal first half. As long as you guys can hold on that second half, because that's when they seem to come alive. Number one, I'll never predict a Spurs victory, but it's still gonna be a scrappy affair. I think fucking Harry Kane is gonna do it, but it's still gonna be 2-1 Arsenal.
That's a very good point that you made.
2-1 Arsenal.
That Spurs don't come out in the first half, and they haven't come out the first half this entire season. But what's the one thing that we've have done is gone off the first fucking whistle. We're already creating opportunities inside their box. Liverpool, we score within a minute. It's like it's and
Kickoff
that's
glitch. Kickoff glitch.
kickoff glitch, and that's been a change in our mentality and our play.
Yes.
So that's actually a very good point. I didn't even think about that honestly, but yeah, Spurs are very slow to come out the gates. We, on the other hand, are coming out the blocks hard.
And this falls right into Spurs pattern anyway. With their last 5, it's been loss, win, draw, loss, win.
Draw.
So now, yeah, if you follow the pattern, draw. But against
I don't
Arsenal, I
wanna
don't
draw.
think so.
Nah, I'm keeping it simple, and I'm agreeing with a 2-2 draw, and only because like it all goes out the window for North London derbies,
Yeah,
man.
just run Man City
Especially-
score 3-1 Man City. Chill.
Dude, I'm going 2-2 draw. I'm going 2-2 draw. I am very, very inclined to say 2-1 Arsenal, but I don't know. Harry Kane for some reason has kept scoring, which again is something that a lot of people have overlooked. And if
Against
everyone
who,
else on Spurs has been literally just underproducing, they haven't been contributing to. Son's been lost. Kulusevski's not available yet. Richarlison's still out. Like, I just feel like it's gonna be some shit house result 2-2. That's what I'm going with.
Oh shit! What did I just do? I was trying to pull this up. Because I'm trying to think who Spurs played last that have been like a really good matchup.
As in like even.
Like a difficult game for them.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go by the scores alone, I mean they only just beat Leeds 4-3.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're scoring, but like who are they playing against?
Yeah, it's been. They lost to Liverpool. They beat Leeds. They drew Brentford. Lost to Villa, and then they beat Palace.
I mean, I'm not trying to get cocky or overly confident here, but
No, you can.
it's
can.
like it's. I
You
mean,
can.
it's. We were criticized. Oh, who did you play? Who did you play? Who the fuck have they played? So I feel, that's why I read this confident. I mean, look, typical Arsenal fashion, we'll go in there with extreme confidence and we'll lose. That will probably happen. But
Not this
they
year.
did draw 2-2 with Chelsea, but that was very early on in the season.
fucking.
I forgot about
Oh
that.
yeah, that's what when they came back last like second or
Yeah,
something. Like that,
Tuchel
right?
versus Conte.
That's right, the shake off.
Which they said again. That's what I'm saying. Like the Cucurella hair pull. That was said like that shouldn't have stood. That shouldn't have stood. That goal should not have gone in. So either way, they've already. I don't trust the fixture, and at this point, I'm just playing for the result. That's why I'm sticking to 2-2.
Yeah, it is always a feisty affair. But with all that being said, we're done with predictions, with Prem coverage and recap. Now we have the infamous Fantasy 15.
Hey man, as long as you got the timer for me, I'm ready to go.
Ready,
Yeah, man.
set,
Oh,
Oh.
all right, Fantasy 15. We're going into double game week 20. I have some notes here back from game week 18 from when we had essentially the last watch list updates for you. I have some names that we're going to read out. Gat has also some notes and some stats as far as what we can look forward to and what we can anticipate for this double game week 20. There's a lot of teams that are going to double, and primarily it's basically big teams against big teams. So City have two strong matchups, United have one strong one, and then a simpler one, hopefully on paper, against Palace. Arsenal as well have a game against Tottenham. It's Spurs will also have to play Arsenal and Man City, and then they play them again afterwards. I'm not sure if I'm missing anyone else. Oh, of course, Palace doubles, but no one's really paying attention to that, I don't think. Getting right to the watch list update, though, some standouts for this double game week. There's 6 names, one of them being a strong maybe. We have Kane, KDB, and Rashford, the top 3 names that are standouts for your watch list for this double game week 20. Transfers that you want to bring in, or at least consider to bring in before the deadline. That I believe was deadline Friday. I think it's Friday for some reason.
Yeah, because the first game is on Friday.
Yeah, the
so
first game's on Friday.
Deadline
so
is 1:30 in the afternoon,
1:30
East
p.m.
Coast time.
1:30 p.m.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Friday 13th. So KDB, Kane, and Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, and Luke Shaw are also 2 names on there. And Doherty as a maybe. As far as clean sheets go, it doesn't look very promising for a lot of the assets that have doubles. But if you want to look at long term, this could be a good moment for bringing in a player. I know that there are some fantasy creators and managers that look at a double game week as far as utilizing the fact that they'll have 2 appearance points per match. Taking a hit, you just have to basically justify that you're going to keep this player for the next 3 or 4 game weeks, and that way you should be good. As far as add-ons to the watch list for the future, the long term, we have Botman, Dan Burn, both Newcastle defenders, Martin Odegaard, who has kept up with the goal scoring and the points alongside Martinelli, and then a nice little earmark, a nice little bookmark on Ferguson, the 4.5 million attacker on Brighton. That's right? He's on Brighton, so he's also someone to look out for as far as an enabler, and who looks to have a pretty cemented spot. And yeah, there's a few names there as far as the drops in terms of form or even injury.
Yeah, Pep continues to screw us all. He keeps benching Foden. He keeps benching Cancelo. It's pretty much about that time. You might as well just go ahead and get rid of them. Especially like Diego said, there's not going to be many clean sheets. We don't anticipate based on the matches that are going to be happening. So you would only be relying on Cancelo for an attacking return, and he just hasn't been himself this season. So definitely Foden and Cancelo drop those. Madison remains out. James, Reece James still is going to be out as well. Kulu may or may not be back for the North London Derby, so there's still a very big doubt on him. So if you still have him, you're probably better off just getting rid of him at this point.
You gonna hit us with some transfer numbers this week, Gat?
Some transfer numbers this week so far going into double game week 20 as of today. Top 5 transfers in from fantasy managers. Leading the way, Rashford just over 400K. Right behind him, Luke Shaw coming in at 365,000 managers, bringing him in. Bringing up the rear in the 300,000 range is Kane with 341,000 managers, trusting him to do some work over these next couple games. Mitro finally got his 5th yellow card out of the way. He's not going to be available for tomorrow's game,
Oh no way.
unfortunately. So I know a lot of people did captain him for this current game week, that double game week that he has. But now that his yellow card is out of the way, a lot of people have been bringing him in for the future, 240,000 to be exact. And the aforementioned Odegaard as well has been doing the business. 226,000 managers have already brought him in. Some of the names as far as outs. Trossard leading the way, 367,000 managers, giving him the boot. Ivan Toney, unfortunately, he's still flagged as a 50% chance of playing because he does have some sort of leg injury. You also want to keep in mind that I don't think anything has come out recently on his
On his
ban
betting.
or on his appeal, because
His
he
betting
still
ban.
has a chance to appeal the decision. Otherwise, he's probably going to be facing a very hefty ban for betting on over 200 plus games, which will be interesting to see. So 272,000 managers already gave him the boot. Salah unfortunately has not been producing the way he normally does. He is 3rd on the list going out. Cancelo, 241,000 managers already giving him the boot, and Virgil van Dijk as well, exiting a lot of people's teams.
He's injured, right?
Yes.
How long?
Like a month.
Last
and a
I saw
half.
was 3 to 4 weeks, something like that. But that's on like the conservative side. Sorry, on the hopeful side. Conservative side would be like 6 weeks, I think. So we have some notes as far as some of the teams that are going to be doubling and what to do for long term and future plans. I'll start with some notes on City, who have a double game week in 20 and another one in game week 23 already confirmed. So far, they have a great home record. So those games that they're playing at home, they're 7-1-1. Their matches are against Arsenal and United, however, who both have good home records as well. Only 6 City assets have the most minutes played. This is more than 265 out of the 270 total since the Premier League restarted after the World Cup. And those names are Ederson, Ake, Stones, KDB, Rodri, and Haaland. Today, however, we got confirmation from Guardiola that Stones was not playing in their EFL Cup draw because he was declared unfit. Mahrez and Grealish so far have basically the starting position on the 11 team sheet over Foden, it seems. Foden played the full 90 minutes today. Like I was mentioning earlier, he did not look himself at all. Whether or not he plays, it's seriously a doubt. We all know that Pep likes to kind of do like, I think I've gotten used to like the pattern. If a player is on the pitch for 60 minutes and he gets subbed off, it's like he's guaranteed to start for the next match. Or if he
Unless your name is Phil Foden, because he
Unless-
gets benched 3 games in a row.
Yes, unless your name is Phil Foden. So far, it looks like maybe Foden isn't someone to go with for afterwards. And Mahrez and Grealish could be 2 names to maybe punt on as far as City assets. Cancelo, as well as Gat was also saying, if he's not getting clean sheets, he's not also getting assists or goals because he's not on the pitch long enough to do so. So that's another downside for them. It looks like KDB and Haaland are the 2 Man City assets to have main on your team. The third one could be Mahrez if you want to take a punt on it. Or I've seen some other people put in Ederson. However, the defensive results for City have been a bit questionable. Gat, I'll give you some of the notes for United coming up on this double game week 20.
So for United, so we do have obviously this double game week coming up in 20. There is a potential double game week in 23 consisting of Leeds being thrown in there as well. We're still waiting on confirmation on that. Hopefully that happens relatively soon. Since the restart, there have been 4 players that have played all 270 minutes for United, and those consist of De Gea, Shaw, Bruno, and Casemiro. Rashford, however, does have the highest shots on target, 5 shots on target from 8 shots and 3 goals. Shaw is also the highest scoring defender since the restart has happened. He's currently on 32 points these past 3 game weeks. Martial is also a risky little punt for your third asset. He may or may not be starting. He was pulled. He was pulled. So we'll see what happens. And also, one thing you want to keep in mind if you're going to load up on United players, that based on what happens in the domestic championships, there might be a game that will need to be rescheduled in around game week 25 if they do advance to the next round. So just something to keep an eye on with United assets. For Arsenal, you guys are also confirmed a double game week in 23 with another potential one in 21. We'll see if we can await some further news on that. Some good assets to own there. A lot of people most likely still have Martinelli. Odegaard is not too far behind them in terms of someone you want to have on your squad from Arsenal. Just real quick here, because there's only 2 lines on here for Spurs and for Liverpool. For Spurs, it's literally just Harry Kane. And even with Harry Kane, you also want to be careful because he is on 4 yellow cards. And remember, I did mention last time around that the rule for yellow cards is not the 19th game week fixture. It's the 19th total game that they play with their club, which that game is the North London Derby. So it is possible that he gets a yellow card and then he is not available for the next game in this double game week. For Liverpool, as we mentioned already, Salah is a heavy sell candidate because you want to load up on your players that are doubling. Even though it is big teams against big teams, that we do expect some pretty nice score lines coming out of it as well. Nick's favorite player for causing chaos in the top half of the pitch is Darwin Nunez. He has done nothing but frustrate everyone, whether you play fantasy or not, missing the most big chances in the league that could have easily kept them on pace with Haaland.
You're just a shit, Darwin. Wait, Andy Carroll.
However, at this point, he is turning into, well, he's gonna do it eventually. So you might as well hold on to him for just a little bit longer. There is a potential for Liverpool to double in game week 21 as well.
So some stats just to hit you with and wrap up our segment for Fantasy 15. I'll also mention what our draft is looking like because the draft league hasn't seen much action or much love in recent weeks. But Kane, so far, his record against Arsenal and City, and this is only looking at him as a fantasy asset. In the 16 matches he's played against Arsenal, he has 12 goals and 2 assists. In the 14 matches he has against City in his career, he has 4 goals and 3 assists. So it looks like he could be due a nice return if you want to take the risk. And then one thing that I think would likely benefit or at least make Darwin Nunez owners a bit happier is that since game week 10 up until game week 19 that is about to finish tomorrow with Fulham Chelsea, Haaland has scored 7 goals, 0 assists, and he's on 48 points in that period. Meanwhile, Nunez, who missed a great part of it and has been misfiring and missing every chance, has scored 4 goals with 2 assists, and he's on 41 points in the same period. So a very menial difference of 7 points in between them. And it looks like if Darwin actually gets his boot through the ball and puts it in the back of the net, then he could actually come good. However, how long each manager is willing to deal with that frustration and torture is for each their own. As far as our draft league, we still have Gad confirmed in first place with 43 points. I'm in close second with 32. Marco in third with 25. Tied on points with Nick. Eric in fifth with 17. A single point above Josue.
Wait. I'm above Josue?
Yes, Josue is sixth with 16 points.
That's Josue, so
He tries. I haven't played this game week 2.
I gotta see if maybe there have been any movements as far as like trades or transfers. It's
that
actually really hard
is
because
hilarious.
there's a lot of players that are like locked up in our teams that are
once you
just
get them,
impossible to get.
Yeah.
But guys, I want to reiterate: somebody's trying to plot against you. I'm not saying who.
This is the third time you mentioned it. Second time
I'm just
on
letting
a
you know.
recording. I don't know.
Somebody's plotting against you, but I stood up for you and I give you the credit where it's deserved.
what happened?
Damn.
It's
Okay.
not Marco, but
Well, I mean,
I wasn't blaming Marco for anything at all right now. I don't know why he's trying to.
he just chimed in. I know this guy's a little sus. So I wonder who's.
I know I
plotting
wasn't
against
talking
him.
about him at all right now, but
So is this? When is this gonna come to fruition? Am I gonna?
He's not
find
talking about me. I
out?
know that, but still, no, he didn't.
Am I gonna find out soon what this plot
Look,
against?
look,
me?
I'm just saying I had your back.
I'm gonna sleep with
I
one
had
eye
your back.
open.
I just said I had your back. I'll say
what's the time?
12
Okay,
minutes. You
good.
guys my player's trying to get poached for a specific reasoning. I said no. Guy deserves to be where he's at because he's been playing. So that's all I said.
Hey, listen. In all fairness, Yes, our teams have been locked up for the majority of the season. So I did lose to Nick last week, but that's because he has a very good starting 11 that could easily translate into regular fantasy. So I did lose to him last week, but I have beaten Diego every single time except once. So
shit.
Except
where we
once.
drew when it was an automatic draw.
Except once. It
When
doesn't
it was
matter.
an
Except
automatic
once.
draw,
You're not
it wasn't a
full
loss.
W's against me,
So
okay?
that one
You're
0
not
and
that guy, pal.
that 1-0
You're
and
not that
7,
guy.
that 1-0 and 7 that he was parading
have
early
you s-
on.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that video? I am diverting because fuck that record. Have you seen that video from the bowling guy? What's his name? Weber. I think it's Jeff. I saved it on my phone because I was like, this is hilarious. The bowling dude. He's like super freaking Pete Weber. No, you haven't seen this?
No.
I've seen a clip of that. I haven't seen the
Yeah?
full clip though.
You have to see the full clip. Pete Weber, the
Yeah,
the
but he's a
bowling,
professional bowler, right?
the
or whatever.
bowling
He's
prodigy.
retired, right?
Yeah, he just retired, and then his ending quote was, "Love me or hate me, but you all watch me anyways."
Ooh, that's messy right
Oh.
there, baby.
Oh my god,
That was a messy right there. That's messy right there.
Hey, bro.
So
Well,
he's
made
he's
him,
very
you better watch
famous.
them.
There was one tournament he's very famous. I don't know how long ago. I'm not gonna misquote, but he hits a strike that he needed to basically win it, and then he's like yelling. He's like, yeah. He's like going crazy. He's like, who do you think you are? I am. And he points to himself with like 2 thumbs. And he's like super into it. But like, yeah, he's like he's up there. But the thing is that he is literally up there, like as far as his record, his abilities in bowling. So very much Pete Weber. You're not Pete
That's-
Weber though.
That was a very good diversion of you having yet to beat me so far in the draft. So
I mean, I'm just pointing out that you haven't beat me every single week in the draft.
So
So
how clear are you ahead of the second place?
I think like
by
9 points.
by a bit.
Yeah, I think 9 points.
Interesting.
9 points. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Oh no, I'm starting to
Well, look,
maybe put 2 and 2 together. Are you guys gonna just trade players back and forth just
Yeah,
to try to be?
Freddie Marco doesn't believe me, but there's somebody planning against you. That's all I'm saying. I'm not throwing any name into the bus. It's not my. I had your back. That's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna throw under the bus, bro. Josue, bro.
It was this way, yeah. It was this way. It was 100% this way.
I mean, I mean, yeah, that would probably been my first guess.
You think, yo, Eric, just give me your players, bro. We just can't let Gat win, bro. We just can't let Gat win. I forget. Were you on with him? Were you
Yeah, I
saying
was
that?
on.
Yeah, he was like, yo, you just can't let Gat win, bro. I was like, yeah, dude, I had your back.
I mean,
how can you say I didn't have his back?
yeah, you didn't. You said you were down. You said you were down, and then you were like, all right. You texted Gat right after.
Wait, what? Is he smoking something right
That black to heroin, bro.
now? Bro, you smoking.
Bro, all I know is he said yes, and then he went.
He's
he
putting-
went
he's
and
putting the-
texted you.
He's putting the bus in reverse
Holy
gear for you, bro.
shit, bro.
That's 5 people he's thrown out.
I'm,
6.
no.
Both
He's
win.
not throwing him into the bus right now, but I'm
No,
genuinely
yeah.
concerned that you're like a pathological liar right now.
Yeah, he said yes. He was like, oh yeah, well, yeah.
I don't
if
know.
I remember the passcode, I'll give it to you.
I don't remember. I don't know if he's lying right now.
No,
I can't
he's
tell if
lying. I know when Marco's bullshit.
Like the fact that he's like so bold-faced about this is getting me a little bit
He's
concerned
bullshit,
right
he's
now.
bullshit.
Bro, I just winked at Diego. I'm like, I'm just gonna fall. I'm just gonna get
Okay, I was a little concerned. I'm like, does he really believe himself right now? This can't be true. This can't be happening.
Oh my God.
Okay, well look, that's all we got, right?
Yeah, man, that's it. That's it. Good luck in
all
fantasy.
We got.
Some big matchups this weekend. Good luck to all the teams. Good luck, Arsenal fans. Good luck, United fans, and everyone else in between. I guess good luck, Liverpool. I guess.
Real quick. I got
Like-
this in the
Jinx.
chat earlier.
Cross my fingers.
Apparently, let me see if I can find it real quick. Nunez has missed a goal against the whole alphabet.
Stop.
I saw a video. Bro, they included his volley miss against Everton from like fucking 40.
That was a good shot, too.
It
That
was a good shot.
I
I didn't hear about this. I didn't hear
But
about this.
there's a video. If I find out, I'll send it to you guys later. But there's a video that shows that every miss that Nunez has had against a club that starts with the letter A, B, C, D, E.
No
F, G,
way.
F, yeah. So it's just funny.
Even
But
Z?
so I'm trying. I didn't watch the entire one, but I had to get to the end. But
Yeah,
I
like,
saw that Everton.
I know like
and I was
Spain
like,
has it, like
Everton?
Zaragoza, but
Oh shit.
I don't think he's ever played in Spain or against a Spaniard team.
Maybe in
I don't
Portugal
know.
somewhere. But yeah.
Oh, maybe.
With all that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We are the Benchwarmers. The Bench is the voice. The bench is always warm. Peace, everybody.
Fuck you, Jose.
Oh, I thought you said let's go. You
No, I said fuck you. Fuck you this way.